Hello, my friends. Welcome to Art with Nina. Today we're going to make some art with toilet paper tubes, just like these binoculars. So we're going to make two different things, a kazoo and a little fish. So I'll tell you our materials and then we'll pause and then we'll get started. So for the kazoo, you're going to need one toilet paper tube and a piece of wax paper and a rubber band and scissors. And then something to decorate your toilet paper tube with. You could do markers, crayons, paint. You could use some colorful paper or some colorful tape. Any of those will work. For your fish, you'll need one toilet paper tube, or you can use half of a paper towel tube for both things. Just cut it in half and it'll be the right size. You'll need, for the fish, something to decorate with again, and either a stapler, tape, or some glue. Any of those will work. And then a little scrap of paper. You just need a small triangle of paper. I'm going to use this colorful paper. You could also use a paper that you've already drawn on, like you've made a pattern on. Or even just some paper from the recycling bin, something from a catalog or a newspaper even, whatever you want. So that's everything. Let's pause now. Let's take a little breath while we pause. If you're not getting materials, if you're gonna just like watch the video and then do the art, just take a moment with me and let's take a breath. Feels so good. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna do the kazoo first. So I am going to use one that I already made because we've been making a lot of things with toilet paper tubes at my house, so I'm running low. So I will show you, this one looks different because I've already decorated it. I used some glue and paper. I just put some glue all along my toilet paper tube and then wrapped this pretty paper on it. That's it. The next thing, after you have decorated your toilet paper tube, you're going to poke 3 holes in it. 1, 2, 3. I used scissors. If you have a hole punch, you could use that. If you want, you could use anything pointy and a little bit sharp. If you want, you can ask your grown-up for help for this part because I don't want anybody to get jabbed with a sharp scissor. So you're going to just kind of poke and twist it around a little bit so that you get a nice, it's not really focusing, a nice little hole. Once you have 3, then you are ready to move on to the next thing. They're not perfect holes, it doesn't matter. They just need to be holes. So the next thing is you're going to cut out a circle from your wax paper. You need it to be big enough. You need it to be a little bit bigger than the end of your tube. So you want it to be like that much bigger. So I'm going to I used my tape as a guide. I laid my tape down. And then traced around it with a marker. And then cut it out. Ooh, can you see the line? There we go. You can kind of see where I drew that circle. So I'm just gonna cut this out really quick. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect, as Max would tell us. And so, rough circle. I'm going to put it on the end and kind of wrap it around so that it's tight on one end of that toilet paper tube. Can you see that? There we go. So you want it to be pretty snug. And you're going to use while you're holding it with one hand, use your other hand to wrap your rubber band around 1 or 2 times, depending on how big your rubber band is. So it's going to look like that. And then you're ready to try it out. That's the most important step, I would say. Ready? It's pretty good. I would do it a couple more times, but I have some friends napping upstairs. So I don't want to wake them up. Okay, that's it for the kazoo. Dun dun dun, you made a musical instrument out of a toilet paper tube. So cool. Next up is the fish. I will show you one that I have already made. I'm going to make it swim across the screen. There it goes. Bye, fishy. Yeah, so a little fish made out of a toilet paper tube. It's open on this end and it's closed on this end. So the first thing we're going to do is smush the toilet paper tube to be mostly flat. And then you can see this one is already a little decorated. Frankie decorated it for me. Then I'm going to use my marker to draw the shape I want to cut out to make the fish's face. See how it's kind of a curved kind of arch. So I'm going to draw that on here. Something like that. You could also make it something, you could make it different. Use your imagination. You could make a whole school of different kind of fish if you have a lot of toilet paper tubes. So once you've drawn that, you cut it out. Hello! So you can also, so for this one, I did it with the face going that way. You can also do it this way. So you have an open mouth. Maybe I'll try that this one. So you're going to take your paper, whatever kind of paper you have, next, and cut out a triangle. It can be big, small, it can be a different shape, doesn't matter. This is just an easy one. Oop. And you're going to use your stapler or your glue or your tape to attach this. So the stapler is the easiest because you just do one staple on that tail and bam, it's done. But any of those work. And then I'm going to just decorate my face. I'm going to use markers because that's what I have here at the table. Draw a little eye. I'm going to draw some scales. Let me see if I can make it so you can see what I'm drawing a little bit. These would also be really cool painted. Anyway, you get the idea. Whoops, sorry fishy. So, there's 2 different ways you can do your fish. Dun, da, da. And there are a million other animals that you can make out of toilet paper tubes or other stuff like the binoculars. You can make so many things. So in today's newsletter, I'm going to include some of those things. If you have just been like saving these for the past 6 months and you have a ton of them, I'll give you some other options for how to use them. And that's it. So thank you for joining me. Please have your grown-up email me if you ever have a question or want to know if like a different material will work for something, whatever. I would love to hear from you. And please keep sending me your finished work because it's so great to see. Even if it's not something we've done from these videos, I would love to see anything you're making, anything that you're being creative with, even if it's like you made some delicious banana bread. show me. It'll inspire me to make banana bread at my house. Awesome. Okay, I'll see you next time. Doo-doo-doo.